The code that stopped an entire state's phone cards from working. So I think job security is mostly an illusion. Any company can go out of business at any time. Matter of fact, I was just reading this story the other day from this guy named Steve. Now, this was back in the early 90s, and he was working on this project that affected the entire state of Utah. So it was a big project. But he had a project manager who really didn't know his butt from the hole in the ground. So, for example, they had, even though this was as big of a project as it was, they had no systems for testing, not a single one. And everything that they did, they just rolled live. Even bug fixes were just tested on the live servers. And his project manager, I guess, thought that this was no big deal. He talks about this one developer as another example on the team who wrote a single function that went on for screen after screen after screen, just one of these massive functions. But then that same code was repeated 3 more times in the application. As a matter of fact, these guys even made the news when all the phone cards from the entire state of Utah stopped working. So the guy that's telling the story, Steve, he begged and pleaded this whole time for just to get a testing environment. Forget everything else that was being mismanaged, just to get a testing environment so they could do some kind of testing before their code went live. But no, they decided it wasn't that important, and they just kept rolling everything straight to production. Well, as you can imagine, the company went belly up. Things kept going haywire, and everybody got laid off. Even though they had this big project, they were a big company, everybody got laid off, and it ended up being the Steve guy that had to be the one that went around and collected everybody's badges. Anyway, all this sort of goes to my point that even big companies are notoriously mismanaged. And that tech job that you got with this, what seems like stable big company that you thought would be your meal ticket for the next 30 years, it can be gone at any moment. It happens all the time. And it's even worse in this sort of startup era where you have all these startups run by tech bro who might decide one weekend to blow all of your seed money on a weekend bender. So again, even big companies, are the job security that you think that you get from that is really sort of an illusion. So I say forget all that. That's why I freelance. At least if I fail, it's on me. And that's the only sort of security that I'm going to bank on, and not be beholden to someone else's decisions, someone else's mistakes. Anyway, that's not for everybody, but if you're like me and you want to control your own destiny and you want to get into the freelance game, then I'll show you everything that I know about freelancing. And I do that inside of my Upwork 101 course. And you can get started with it for nothing over on Skillshare. Just go to upwork101.com. You'll see a big yellow button that says start the 2-month free trial of Skillshare. Just click that. Go over there, start the 2-month free trial, take the course. You can cancel anytime before the 2 months is up, and you'll never pay a penny. So if you want to learn everything that I know about freelancing, you want to get into the freelance game, it's a really good way to do that and not have to pay a dime to do it. Or, you can take your chances with the Do It Live project manager, whatever floats your boat. All right, that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.